Is this the best phone that nobody bought in 2018 and even 2019? This video is brought to you by Squarespace. From websites to online stores, marketing tools, analytics, whatever it is that you need in your web space, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform you use to build online presence and run your business. Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. If this is your first time here, thank you for stopping by. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. Today we are going to talk about the Razer Phone 2. I have always really liked the design of the Razer phones. Like the Razer Phone 1 was a really awesome looking phone to me. I just loved the flatness, the boxiness of it. Yeah, I wanted to get one, but ultimately I didn't have a chance. And then the Razer Phone 2 came out, and I really wanted to get one, but $800 was just a little bit too much to ask there at the beginning. But right now, and for the foreseeable future, I think this phone is available for $499 on Razer's website, on Amazon, just about anywhere you can get it, brand spanking new. It's a different design, and I think that confused a lot of tech reviewers. It's boxy, as I said. It has two front-facing speakers on either side of the screen. The speakers point at your face, and then it's got a 120 hertz screen. 120 hertz, twice as fast as a 60 hertz screen, which basically means that just the movement between the screens is very, very smooth. You won't be able to see this on video, but trust me, smooth. The screen itself looks really great as well. One knock on the phone before was that the screen wasn't very bright. I've found it to be more than plenty bright for me. I tend to be in a lot of dark holes, I guess. I don't like my brightness raised all that much. I will say one thing though, and this is not necessarily a Razer phone problem. This is an Android Pie problem. The adaptive brightness for this phone. Like, I keep trying to adjust it so that when I'm laying in bed in the dark, it won't be too bright. But every time I adjust it, it like gets to where I want it, and then it goes back to a little brighter and a bit. So I don't know. Maybe I've had this phone for like 2 or 3 weeks. I would think that the adaptive brightness would have adapted by now. That's just one little thing that kind of annoys me. But in terms of the design, I mean, we've got those two front-facing speakers. We've got aluminum sides that are wide enough to actually grip, wide enough to grip. And yeah, that's nice. It's not like the Samsung Galaxy phones that have so little bezel and so little surface area to touch that you get, or at least I get, and I think a lot of people get, a bunch of false touches. Yes, I know there's a program you can use that will help you not to have that, but it's the design. Okay, this design I like. It's got a glass back, as you can see, and the Razer logo lights up. So there's that. The Razer logo lighting up does eat some battery. I have it on the medium setting right now, which is basically that the logo lights up when the phone screen is turned on. See? Like that. In terms of other aspects, build and design, it's got his fingerprint reader and power button right here. And the fingerprint reader it's pretty quick. It's pretty quick, pretty darn quick. Boom. And there's no fumbling around. I actually like that the fingerprint reader is down in this spot because it's sort of at a natural place to touch a button. And since it's not sticking out, I like it. The volume buttons are over here. And this is a carryover from the Nextbit Robin, which is what a company that Razer bought to sort of be the foundation of this phone. And you know, they work incredibly well. They're out of your way when you're holding a phone to play some games or anything like that. So it's good. And speaking of games, I mean, this thing plays games. The first Razer phone, Razer made, I think, the mistake of calling it a gaming phone. And I think there were just plenty of people out there who were like, well, I'm not necessarily a big gamer on my phone, so I'm not going to consider this phone. And this time around, they came out and they said flagship gaming. And it is a flagship. I mean, it's got all of the specs that you would expect. It's got Snapdragon 845, which was last year's SoC. It's got the 120 hertz screen. It's got 8 gigabytes of RAM. It's got 64 gigabytes of storage lumped in here, but it is expandable, as are most all Android phones, out to, except for you, Google. It's expandable out to, I think, 1 terabyte total. I'd have to look that up, but you can expand it to, more than you'll ever need. You can download your games, you can download your videos, whatever it is that you download that takes up that much space. So over here we got USB-C port. I like the USB-C port. That's fine. But there's also missing here something that I find disturbing. There's a disturbance in the force right here. There's no headphone jack on a phone that is for gamers from a company that makes headphones. They make gaming headphones. So why they leave out the freaking headphone jack, I have no idea. No idea. But they did. They gave you a little dongle with a 32-bit DAC, I think. So that makes up for it to a certain extent. But the problem with the dongle is this. If you want to wear headphones and play your games and charge your phone because you've been rocking the games all day and your battery is dead, then you're out of luck, because you have to plug in the USB-C to charge it. It does have wireless charging. Razer makes their own wireless charging dock. Unfortunately, the wireless charging element is down in the bottom of the screen here, and therefore it can't be used on almost any wireless charging base that I have. And I'm not going to pay $99 for the Razer one, although it has RGB, of course. In using this phone, they put Nova Launcher Prime on here, which is what I usually put on Android phones after the stock launcher that whatever company put on annoys me enough that I want the features that Nova Launcher offers. So that's like one step out. I don't have to do that one step. That one step is done because it's already here. I do like the stock wallpapers that come on the phone. I mean, this is one that I've been using for a little while, but they got others, RGB all over the place. Of course, it's Razer, but I really do like the stock wallpapers, a little bit more of a techno nerd, cyberpunky look, but I like that stuff. So it's for me. In terms of functionality, I mean, this phone is fast. This phone has no problems running anything that I've put it through. It makes phone calls reasonably well, I guess. I don't actually use the phone to make phone calls. I don't ever talk to anybody except like this. Expert tip for you. If you want to listen to music in the bathroom while you're taking a shower or something like that, this is going to be fine. It sounds weird, but stick with me. Take the Razer phone, put it face up in your sink, and your sink will act as a natural, sort of reverb chamber that will make it sound like you've got a pretty decent sized Bluetooth speaker in there. It really does sound good. I can't really explain to you how good these speakers are. And if you listen to a lot of audio coming out of your speakers, this is definitely worth checking out. The camera has been the sticking point for this phone. I have not found it to be a problem at all, to tell you the truth. Okay, I'll take a picture of us right now. And the selfie camera is actually really good too, so I'll take a selfie. I actually put I put a selfie from this phone up on Twitter along with the iPhone XS Max selfie, and the majority of people picked the selfie coming out of this camera as opposed to the iPhone. Now, the iPhone still does some kind of weird beauty mode, and it's like the skin tones are kind of orange for some reason. This was much more natural. This looked a lot better to me, and just had more dynamic range than the iPhone did, and that's surprising to me. But people have complained so much about this camera. In fact, I would say that people's coverage of the first Razer phone's camera and then carrying over to this Razer phone's camera is what caused a lot of people not to buy this phone. When the truth of the matter is, this is a decent camera. It might not be as good in low light as some cameras, but that's not any reason to kick it out of bed. It's not the Google Pixel, okay? I think if you're somebody out there who's been thinking about the Razer phone and you're worried about the camera, don't worry. It works great. It looks really good. I'll show you the pictures to prove it. Battery life on this guy has been relatively decent. I can easily get through an entire day, even if I've had a decent amount of screen on time running the fancy RGB logo. Right now, I haven't used this phone today, and I didn't charge it last night, and it's at 11% battery. It's 7:30 in the evening. So the battery life is good. It's maybe not iPhone XR good, but then again, you're getting a lot more phone here than you're getting with the iPhone XR. The 120 hertz display is enough to recommend this phone over the iPhone XR any day of the week. And again, I'm not bashing on the iPhone XR screen. It's good for what it is, but it is what it is. And this is 1440p, 120 hertz screen. This is very good. Is this the best phone that nobody bought last year? I watched a bunch of videos of people, other people who did their reviews, and I was aghast. I was appalled. I was really surprised that people complained about things like the sharp corners hurt their fingers when they were holding it. I mean, really? This is much more easy to hold than almost any phone that's on the market today. There's always been this sort of negativity about the Razer phone that has just sort of bubbled under the surface of what is otherwise a really, really good phone. And for my money, at $500 right now, there is no reason not to buy this phone. This is a flagship phone for prices that are even lower than OnePlus used to be. So if you're looking for a really good phone with some really good features that's it's sturdy and durable, all that kind of stuff, go check out the link that I'm leaving down in the description. It is an affiliate link, and those affiliate links do throw me a couple of pennies every time somebody makes a purchase on Amazon. So that would be great if you could help out with that, if you in fact end up purchasing this. But even if you don't, thank you for looking. I've been very impressed with the Razer phone. I've really enjoyed my time using it. One last thing. The Bluetooth on this phone connects faster and stays connected better in my car than any other phone that I've had. iPhone, S10 Plus, anything. I always have to wait for the Bluetooth to hook up. With this thing, it connects. It's amazing how much that really matters to me, but it does. So for me, Razer phone, 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Yeah, it's a hit. I can dance to it. You guys should check it out too if you're in the market for a very good phone for a very good price. Have you guys used this Razer phone or the previous Razer phone, or are you interested? Let's have a discussion down in the comments below. I'm old enough to remember when there wasn't a Squarespace, when you just had to make a website. There was GeoCities and that kind of thing. It was terrible, but I made many a website that way. I made websites for my band, for my book, for a bunch of different things, all without the help of something like Squarespace. And now Squarespace is here. The last couple of websites that I made with Squarespace, and it was easy to use. It was a lot of fun. On Squarespace's dynamic all-in-one platform, customers can claim a domain, build a website, sell online, market a brand, whatever it is that you need to do. Squarespace is the place you need to do it. Here's what you do. You go over to squarespace.com and you start building your website. Just follow the tools. They got easy online chat if you need that. Once you're happy with how you're looking in your Squarespace web space, then go ahead and go to squarespace.com/painfullyhonesttech to get 10% off. 10% off at squarespace.com/painfullyhonesttech. Those links are in the description down below. Anyway, if this was your first time here and you find yourself wanting to come back again and, just visit with me and watch some Painfully Honest Tech, then you can like and subscribe. There are buttons and bells and stuff down there. And if you've been here before, then you know how I just really, really appreciate the community that's been built here. Thanks so much for being here. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurt. Razer Phone! Until the next time, I'm out.